Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel where skincare is all about progression over perfection, because perfection doesn't exist. We live in a world nowadays where I feel like there are so many overhyped products, and that doesn't necessarily make them bad. It just means I feel like there can be better versions of things out there that you might prefer. So today I want to go through 5 of what I believe to be some overhyped skincare products, not bad, or just skincare products that I think I found a nicer alternative for myself that I think you might want to give a try. I'm trying to be nice. I don't like some of these. Okay, I want to start off with one that isn't bad, but I just prefer something else. La Roche-Posay's Cicaplast Balm B5 Plus is one of those products that I personally feel gets recommended for everything, and I recommend it too. I think it's a really nice restorative repairing cream, but that's because it does have some solid ingredients. We have panthenol obviously at 5%, which is amazing for like barrier repair and hydration because it keeps everything locked in. Madagascar from Centella, which brings that kind of like anti-inflammatory, soothing kind of property to the balm. And then of course there's zinc and manganese, which act as those like almost like antibacterial agents. When I'm really breaking out, I rely on zinc to basically like heal my skin. Not necessarily in this kind of like thicker paste though nowadays, but it's really good if you're dealing with like minor scrapes to the face or like post-procedure skin. For me, Botox filler, hypochlorous acid, Cicaplast, right? However, this is what I don't love so much nowadays, which is fine in the winter, but not for me now. The texture is very thick. I do feel like it's become a little bit more cosmetically elegant, but it used to remind me of pseudo cream. I can't pronounce this properly because it makes me gag. It's very thick, emollient-like, and it creates a nice occlusive layer on the skin, a nice protective layer on the skin. That's amazing. That's amazing. Like, it's amazing if you have very dry skin, as I said, post-treatment, or dealing with damaged skin. But for a lot of people, especially those with oily combination skin like myself, it can feel kind of heavy, very greasy, and sometimes people have said it's made their breakouts worse. I feel like people do pose this as the what's the word? Like the healing ointment for everything, right? And I feel like it's more so like for special occasions. Like I said, when your skin is really fucked. Now, if you compare that to the Skin 1004, oh my God, what's it called? Now, if you compare that to the Skin 1004 Tea-Trica B5 cream, which I think I featured a little bit on this channel, and it has gone through a reformulation recently. It's built around that same kind of star ingredient of panthenol, also at 5%. And I'm not saying they had this cream in mind, but I think they wanted to make a more elegant alternative because the texture is completely different, so different. It's lightweight, it's fast absorbing, and more suitable for like daily use. Because the Cicaplast I can really only use in the evening. Again, that zinc leaves me with a little bit of a white cast, and it really does look like a night mask kind of situation for me. So instead of just repairing, which it does an amazing job at, the B5 Tea-Trica cream also targets like acne-prone skin with tea tree extract and tea tree oil, which bring that kind of like antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties to help calm active breakout. So you're still getting that calming, breakout busting. I hate to know I said that. It's targeting breakouts as well without that heavy thickness. And I feel like this one does an amazing job at it too. You still get that Centella Asiatica, but here it's boosted with what they call Cica Exosome technology, which essentially, according to Skin 1004, who I do have a lot of faith in, delivers those active compounds deeper and more efficiently. So that healing and soothing kind of happens a lot quicker. And unlike Cicaplast, which is still good, I'm gonna have to keep saying that because I know a lot of people love it, this formula actually includes ceramide as well to reinforce the barrier, and hyaluronic acid for that hydration. So you're not only repairing, but you're also kind of like replenishing and balancing out the moisture hydration of your skin, which as somebody with combination skin, I love that, and I feel like I'm missing that from the Cicaplast. So if you love the idea of Cicaplast, like I do, but you find it too thick, or maybe you want something that you can use in the morning as well that works with acne-prone, combination or easily sensitized skin, this gel cream just makes perfect sense. It's a lot more cosmetically elegant and wearable, but does the same job. Gives you all the benefits of panthenol and Centella, but in a much lighter formulation that is non-comedogenic. We know how I feel about that, but if you are prone to clogging pores, this might be a nice alternative. After talking about each product, I'm going to round it up really quick. So Cicaplast, amazing if you're post-procedure dealing with really dry, damaged skin or have very easy sensitized skin with some breakouts. But if you're oily to combination or breakout prone and still want barrier repair without that heaviness, but still not be left feeling dry and void of all water and hydration and moisture, the Tea-Trica B5 gel cream is a really good option to try. This is a brand that's going to be making a couple different appearances in this video, and that's Caudalie. I don't mind Caudalie, I just don't like their language. They're one of these clean beauty brands that say their products are like clean for the sake of it being like irritant free and good for all skin types, but they love fragrance, and you know I love fragrance, but I don't think you can say all that shit and then shove a load of fragrance into your skincare. It doesn't make sense. It's very contradictory, but they do have some okay products, and then some that I think are overhyped. And one that I do think is overhyped, but I actually enjoy for a different reason, is their Vino Perfect Brightening Dark Spot Serum. This is one that gets a lot of hype as like a holy grail product for hyperpigmentation. And I used this and I actually really enjoyed it, not for hyperpigmentation though. I liked it as a general, nicely hydrating, skin brightening product. And when I say brightening, I feel like it kind of just like, what's the word? It just kind of like made my skin look a bit fresher, not more even. It didn't get rid of hyperpigmentation, but my skin looked happy when I was using this, right? But I do not think it's a go-to for pigmentation in my personal experience. Their hero ingredient is of course their viniferin, which is a patented extract from vine sap, which they claim to be 60 times more effective than vitamin C at inhibiting hyperpigmentation. It also contains olive-derived squalane, which isn't anything special. I feel like a lot of brands do that, right? Which is nice for hydration and softness without feeling greasy. And whilst it, like I said, it did give an overall brightening effect for me, the issue is for myself and many, many people is it just doesn't deliver when it comes to fading stubborn dark spots like post-acne marks, melasma, but I don't think any skincare brand can legally claim their product evens out melasma because that's a drug claim, so they shouldn't be doing that anyway. So people in the reviews that I saw who were like, didn't cure my melasma, it's not going to. But even sunspots as well, people just weren't that impressed. It's a lovely texture, lovely, layers well with everything, but for £52, the results just here didn't match the price tag for me. Now, if you compare that to the Abib Glutathione Dark Spot Vita Drop Serum. So instead of banking everything on like one hero ingredient, right, this serum kind of uses like multiple pathways to target post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, redness, pigmentation in general. You got glutathione, which is of course a powerful antioxidant known for evening out skin tone, reducing oxidative stress that contributes to pigmentation. Then there's niacinamide, which I know a lot of people don't like nowadays. It's kind of become like the bad guy of skincare for some reason, but great for evening out skin tone. And of course, vitamin C, which works not just as a pigment fighter, but also collagen booster, skin brightener. Pair it with sunscreen. Usually for me, vitamin C is not a go-to for pigmentation for me whatsoever, but there's something about the combination of all the ingredients in this one serum that I really, really loved for evening out skin tone. So all together, they kind of hit pigmentation from multiple different angles instead of just relying on that one hero ingredient. Texture-wise, the Caudalie serum is a lightweight emulsion, but the Vita Drop serum is watery. It's very, very watery. All those active ingredients are suspended in these little capsules, which kind of like just not pop, but rub on the skin. And it's super fast absorbing. So it literally just feels like water on the skin. Lays great under sunscreen and makeup, of course. It's also so much more affordable, which in my opinion and experience makes it easier to stick with long term, which is so important because you need consistency over months, not days. And before I used to get skincare for free, there were months where maybe I loved a 50 quid serum, but the next month I couldn't afford to buy that again. Like it really wasn't a priority. So affordability when it comes to serums that target things that take time, I think is really, really important. So if you've tried Caudalie's Vino Perfect and found it underwhelming for stubborn pigmentation, this Vita Drop Serum gives you that broader ingredient lineup, a lighter texture at a much friendlier price point. Honestly, I just think it's the best one. Another product that I don't want to shit all over, but I just think I found a better alternative. The COSRX Advanced Dale 96 Mucin Power Essence is one of the most viral K-beauty products, probably of all time. And to be fair, even if they hadn't done their marketing campaign and pretty much sponsored every influencer on the face of this earth, it still would have gone viral because it's a good product. It's 96% snail secretion filtrate, which they claim is cruelty-free, but I do think we have to now question that. There's this idea that I used to fully believe that snails are just like free to roam on like nets, and then they gather all that sebum once they've kind of like gone and done their thing. But Glow Recipe recently launched their cruelty-free mucin, which doesn't have any snail mucin at all. They actually use prickly pear, which is a genius idea and I love it. They know the industry and they mentioned that this netting has electronic pulses going through it. So it's not comfortable for the snails at all. I'm not saying this is what CosRx do, but as an industry thing. So I do have a good alternative for you at a similar price point too. So it's 96% snail secretion filtrate, which does give hydration and slight repairing benefits as well in that unique slimy texture, which people seem to either love or hate. I personally love it. But in that snail mucin, you have naturally occurring peptides, glycoproteins, and of course antioxidants that help support skin barrier, smooth texture, and help with redness too, and of course hydration long term too. CosRx also have added sodium hyaluronate, allantoin, panthenol, and arginine for this extra hydration and soothing. It's a really nice product. The downside, however, is that whilst it's a nice hydrator, it's a quite simple formula, which isn't a bad thing, but I found in my experience it's one of those things that like you have to keep using it like all the time to just feel hydrated, if that makes sense. There are a lot of products I can use like once a day, even skip a day by accident, or if I'm not going out anywhere, I might not do my skincare routine. My skin still feels good, but I do find whilst I'm using this, I have to like keep topping up my face, if that makes sense. It can also feel sticky, which not a lot of people enjoy. Now there is an amazing alternative, which I absolutely love. This is the Vita Clean Mucin Essence with Glucamune. So instead of using animal-derived snail mucin, this actually uses a vegan alternative derived from snow fungus, which is really interesting. And the data behind it is pretty impressive. Well, according to VT Cosmetics, but I quite trust their in-house kind of team. So it's actually been shown to provide 9.7 times the soothing effect of heart leaf and over 100% more hydration than hyaluronic acid. So that means you're not just getting hydration, you're getting targeted soothing for sensitive and easily irritated skin. We have panthenol to help protect the skin barrier as well, allantoin to calm irritation, which I absolutely love, and squalane to lock in that moisture without the heaviness. Now, texture-wise, I feel like it's the same but different. CosRx's Snail Essence has that classic sticky, stringy feel. You know, everyone was doing this in the TikToks, right? Which people love, but others find unpleasant. And VT's Essence has a more of a lightweight, non-sticky finish that still gives you that hydrated, dewy look without feeling tacky. It's kind of like a thick water that still holds shape, if that makes sense. No, that probably doesn't make sense. But it's not sticky. It's not sticky whatsoever. It's just like thick, very thick water. So honestly, like CosRx is great if you're like new to K-beauty, curious about snail mucin, or want a simple hydrator to pair with stronger actives. But if you have sensitive skin, dehydrated, or just hate that sticky snail texture, VT's Mucin Essence Glucamune, whatever it's called, for me is a better choice for much deeper hydration with that vegan option too. Oh, here's listen, I'll never get this cream. The Embryolisse, what's it called? Lait Cream Concentrate has become a cult classic. And I get why, especially when it comes to the makeup world. It's often praised as like this multitasker, moisturizer, primer, mask. And it does give the skin like a soft, nourished feel under makeup. The formula is fairly straightforward. Again, not a bad thing. Shea butter to nourish, aloe vera to help soothe, and soy proteins for light hydration. It's effective. It's fine. If you want that instantly smooth, plump base, which is why makeup artists love it, right? But a makeup artist's secret to a good base doesn't always transfer into, oh, that's good skincare. I'm not saying it's bad skincare. It's like, this is great if it was the 70s. It's a very old school emollient cream, rich and occlusive, but not particularly innovative when it comes to skin barrier support, like all the new hydration technology we have, or long-term skin health. For the price and the hype, you're mostly paying for its reputation as a backstage favorite at fashion shows, but some people like it. And like I said, it's gonna do the job very, very well. But there's just so much more innovation to skincare now. And that's why I would recommend using S.NATURE's Aqua Squalane Moisturizing Cream instead. This is one of the most popular moisturizers, not just in Korea, but everywhere that sells K-beauty. The formula is way more advanced and it contains way more skin beneficial ingredients. So whilst this Embryolisse is gonna do their job. Why not get a cream that's gonna do the job and do more? We have Squalane in here, again, mimicking the skin's natural oils for deeper hydration and softness without the heaviness. So you're still getting that like softness to the skin, which is great for makeup base. You have 8 types of hyaluronic acid at different molecular weights, meaning it's a little bit of deeper hydration, but you're gonna get that plumpness as well and that glow. We have a Aqua in here, which goes a step further by improving water circulation and retention. Basically teaches your skin how to hydrate itself, so you get much longer lasting hydration. And on top of that, you've got barrier strengthening glycerin, betaine, panthenol, ceramides, allantoin, and collagen supporting peptides, making this not just a fine moisturizer to use under makeup, but a treatment cream really for everything your skin could possibly want. Texture-wise, Embryolisse is kind of like rich and slightly greasy, designed more for, I would say, like short-term comfort and makeup prep, whereas S.NATURE, on the other hand, feels weightless, watery, non-sticky, and absorbs so quickly while still leaving skin really, really plump and hydrated. Again, great for makeup prep. It gives you that long-lasting glass skin without feeling heavy and greasy. So sure, if you want to use Embryolisse because a makeup artist said it was good makeup prep, do it. Use it as a primer every so often. You know, nothing's gonna go wrong. It's gonna moisturize you, right? But if you want a daily moisturizer that actively strengthens your skin barrier, delivers multiple layers of hydration, and helps with fine lines, elasticity, etc., 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 S.NATURE's Aqua Squalane cream is the much more, I guess you could say, modern choice. Okay, this one you're gonna get bored of me talking about because I talk about all the time, but it just seems to go viral every 2 months. Caudalie again, their beauty elixir. This is one of those products that has been around forever, and you can tell it's been around forever because it feels so outdated. It's marketed as this like glow revealing, pore tightening makeup setting spray, and while the story behind it is kind of interesting, inspired by like a 16th century youth elixir for some European queen or something, it's a very cute story, and you can see that in the formula. It's essentially a mix of like peppermint oil, rosemary, and a shit ton of fragrances that you don't really want in skincare or a product that you're gonna be reapplying and reapplying and reapplying throughout the day. It's got some grape extract in there, which is nice, and rose oil, fine. It's a very refreshing spray, if you want to call it that. I find it absolutely horrific. It's minty. It's like spraying a cold mint all over your face, and you get a tingle, which is mostly from peppermint and alcohol. You can feel that evaporation. Not from anything really improving your skin or refreshing your skin. And in fact, for sensitive skin, that combination of fragrance and essential oils in here is going to be more irritating than beneficial. As I keep saying, you know I love fragrance. Give me fragrance in anything. But this is on par for me with the Mario Badescu Mist, you know, the flavored colored water that they offer. Now, my alternative is going to be another Caudalie product. Let's compare it to the Caudalie's Grape water. I love water in a can. Give me mists in a can. I love it. It's not hyped whatsoever, but in my opinion, it's far more effective for doing what people want in a face mist: hydration and soothing. You have that organic grape water in here, which is naturally rich in minerals, antioxidants, and Caudalie also say prebiotics to support the skin's microbiome. I do not know a lot about skin microbiome at all, so I don't know. Sounds interesting though. Their own clinical studies show apparently it can reduce skin sensitivity by 61% and boost hydration by over 120%. Unlike the elixir, there's no alcohol, which I don't mind alcohol at all, but they say it's alcohol free, no fragrance in here, and no volatile oils, just a calming, refreshing mist that actually strengthens the skin instead of potentially irritating it. Here's the key point here, right? When it comes to prepping or setting makeup, there's nothing in that beauty elixir that actually makes it superior in any way to the grape water. There is nothing in here that makes it that versus the grape water, right? Makeup artists may have used it historically, but the grape water does the same job of refreshing the skin and providing an okayish base for makeup. I don't know, I'm just saying that. It might not, I don't know. But without all those unnecessary ingredients that make this essentially a room spray. So if you do want to use the beauty elixir, it's more of like, I would say like a luxury sensory spray, if you like that minty herbal fragrance and a moment of refreshness, or if you're like, I don't know, some queen from the 1700s. But if your goal is hydration, soothing, and makeup prep that actually benefits your skin, just give the water in a can a go. It's, again, a more modern choice and a gentler option for every skin type. Let me know what you think of my dupe alternatives. If you've tried the alternatives and you're like, they're actually shit, let me know in the comments down below. Everything, of course, will be linked in the description box down below, and hopefully I'll see you next time.